So I'm just pretty much taking it easy, hanging around. I thought I would never make it through another week at work, but I did. So I'm pretty impressed. I always go in thinking, oh, I'm never gonna make it through today. How am I gonna make it through an hour? How am I gonna make it through 2 hours? And I have to make it through 8 hours, and I have no idea how I'm gonna sit there for so long and talk on the phone for so long. But I managed it. I did manage it. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack every day, but I'm not. I just have like one feeling, and then I think eat the worst. I think near the beginning of the week, I actually had a heart flutter, where it felt like the muscle wanted to constrict in a weird way, but I got over it. But I'm really stuck on the vitamins. I eat vitamins to get through the day. Well, I suck on them because it keeps my body warm. When you're dealing with high volumes of colds, it helps you de-stress. So, and sort of, I'm trying to keep like relaxed and having a good feeling. So I sort of suck on vitamins, when I'm feeling like I've had enough. but the brand that I usually consume, is gone. So I'm, switch brands to this other brand, which is like way too sweet for me. Today I could only stomach one, and I usually have like 4 vitamins in a day. So, they're like much sweeter than the other brand, and I don't want to eat them as much as a result, but I've still got them there. So if I feel lethargic, but I made it through most of the day except for the morning. I made it through the rest of the day without needing to consume vitamins. But I was very disappointed because my brand's cleared on all the shelves. I've been to quite a few different chemists, and there's no vitamin C, not even in the supermarkets. And I'm like going, oh, what am I gonna do? So then I went to find my second favorite brand, which is like Nature's Own or something. And even their stock has cleared all the shelves and all the places that I normally buy them. And so then I said, oh, what's left? What's left is this very, very highly sweet brand. And I'm just like going, ooh, I don't like this brand so much because I've had it before, but it's just really, really sweet. It's really hard to stomach. If you had four, in a day, it'd be like, if you're feeling kind of sick. But I actually chose between two brands, a sugar brand and a sugar-free brand, and I was like, oh, what's the difference? The sugar-free brand is actually more sweet than the sugared brands. So if you want that sort of powdered duller taste, you go for the sugar brand. But if you want the really, really painfully sweet taste, you go for the non-sugar brand, which is really weird because you think it's the other way, but it's not. But I just got a module today. I wasn't able to do it today. I have to wait for the supervisors to give me some free time to fill it out. But I assume that I should get some time off tomorrow. Otherwise, I can stay probably a little bit longer to be able to do it at the end of my shift. But yeah. So I got this like module to do so that I can work from home, and I'm like going, yay, from home. My dream come true. Like to finish my work because I've got 1 more month to go, and to finish it working from home would be like really great. But at the same time, I'm worried that my house isn't very quiet. We live right next to a main road, and you can really hear the cars. And I'm just like going, oh, I'm not sure about this work from home because the cars are going to be picked up. Sure enough, I have a study. Sure enough, there's a window and a wall there, but it's like, you can hear all the cars all the time. Like I've tried to dull the sound, but it's just piercing because it's right next to a busy main road, and every except the garage. The garage is a quieter place. You can hear the traffic every room in the house, and I'm like thinking, I'm not sure like if I'll last too to for long working from home, because I'm probably gonna pick up the fact that I don't have a dead quiet study, and then they're gonna be like, oh, we don't think you can continue on working from home because you don't have a quite enough study, and I'm like, that would be a shame, but. Other than that, I'm thinking really positively about working from home. I've been thinking all week, oh, I wish I were working from home. If I were working from home, I wouldn't even, have all these stress issues and stuff. But, yeah, but I'm sort of a little bit worried, which is why I'm sort of looking forward to working from home. I'm a bit worried because there's supposed to be some sort of disease in the air and floating around, and here I am marching off to work every day, ignoring what's on TV, ignoring the negativity other people think. When you tell them, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to work today," when they've been laid off and they're told not to go anywhere, and you're like marching off to work like some idiot, completely like maskless and no protection, and you're just like thinking, oh yeah, it's just like a normal day, but it sort of was getting to me by today. I wasn't really sure what I should be thinking because I'm going to work like an idiot, like completely unaware of. I would just hate to get a virus, some lethal virus as well, something that doesn't have any anti anti antidote or anything, if you get it. And I'm like going, I think I'm being kind of stupid going to work. And so by today I was sort of mental tripping and thinking, oh, I don't really want to work, because it's making me feel weird that the world is like being locked down, and here I am still marching off to work, in an environment that is obviously unsafe or unstable because of some virus, which is an invisible something that's floating in the air. You just feel like really stupid just going to work because you feel like you're putting yourself at risk. And it was sort of in my mind today that I was like thinking very negatively when I was going to work. I was like thinking, I feel like really stupid because here I am just ignoring the TV and the government and what they're saying and going to work regardless. And the transport's like really empty and the city streets are really empty. And in a city, when the streets are empty, you're like feeling very alone. And all I have to do is catch a virus and I'd be like freaking out because I don't like scary things like viruses. I don't like things that make it hard to breathe or make you feel really unwell. And so I was just thinking, how stupid am I? While everyone's like being laid off and being told to stay indoors, here I am marching outdoors for over an hour, twice a day, to get to a workplace and going to work, in a packed environment. I mean, today our workplace was like pretty full, it's like people side by side in a chair, and they're supposed to be like meters away from each other. And I'm just like thinking, well, this is the type of environment the government, has been promoting. Not, it's like your typical workplace environment, and you're not supposed to be gathering in large groups. So today, like, it was almost full house in the call center, and I was like thinking, oh, this is just another sign of how stupid we are, just walking around this thing. But at least they're telling us now that to prepare for working from home. So if we do actually get to work from home, it'll be cool. But I mean, you can stop freaking out about the virus and going outside and stuff, but at the same time, I don't think it's gonna work with me because our house is right next to a main road. You can hear cars go night and day, and I just think it's gonna be too loud. So they'll probably give up on the work from home and get us to go back to work or something. But yeah, so I'm not really very steady about this whole movement of protecting people from virus. So I'm not very certain about it and my workplace and how it's the direction it's going to move and the functioning and stuff. So, but I am only supposed to be contracted for 4 more weeks, and then I have no idea. They could they have the option to continue your employment or you can leave or whatever. So I don't know. But I feel kind of silly because everyone's indoors and I'm going outdoors every day. I'm just like thinking, oh, I hope I don't get that virusy thing. Because, I was watching this movie last night and it had like someone convulsing. They had like foam in their lungs. They were convulsing from getting a virus, and the foam was like, spewing out of their mouth, sort of thing. And they were like, can't breathe, and then they go to hospital. And this is a movie, right? And then they went to hospital, and then the doctors just looked at them until they stopped breathing, pretty much. And I was just thinking about that when I was on the train. I was like, oh, that's sort of like what the virus thing is floating around. I'm like, oh, I don't want anything like that happening. So I was sort of like, worried for the first time today, because it was sort of getting to me after watching that movie, probably. And I was just like thinking, oh, it's a bit scary going, to a city when you're like one of 3 people in a whole entire train carriage, going to the city. So, maybe there's a group of 15 on a train, wandering around. And of course, you're not the only person, but you're one of the few. And you're just going, it's scary. I don't know, like, whether I should be taking days off until until the workplace realizes there's a virus or what. But obviously, we haven't been told to go home yet, but it looks like we might be being told soon. I'm hoping by tomorrow. And then I can stop going, oh, then I can stop thinking, oh, when are we not going to be coming into work? Because, like, the government's shutting down the whole country, you can't travel interstate anymore, and etc., etc., and all the, like, public places where there's loads of people, packed together, including cinemas, not allowed to be open. And here we are, this tiny room. There's probably around 80 people side by side, together, and I'm like thinking, this is pretty anti-legislative, because you're not supposed to be in large groups anymore. So, and today it was all packed and, a lot of people there, and I'm thinking, ooh, this is kind of weird that the business isn't, reacting as quickly as other businesses obviously have, because heaps of other businesses have closed. But yeah, so it's kind of, I was feeling kind of off today about working, but I got through it. I got through it to the end, and I did another day of half an hour every time. I'm trying to finish on time tomorrow because I already handed in my slips. But that's another thing. But I was like, oh, it just makes you feel weird that you're thinking of refusing to go to work because you're scared of what's in the air.